G Show, Peter G Show, divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad. Peter G Show.
Hey kids, it's that time again. This is that music that says it's that time again. Oh yeah, Sunday night. I'm excited. I don't know about you. I do. I look forward to this. Because even though I know tonight's going to be a screwed up night because I get promises all week long from you, the listeners, I still believe and go through with it anyway, which then I end up kicking myself in the ass or shooting myself in the foot, saying I should have known better. But that's okay because I have a lot of faith, and I'm going to tell you why. How the hell is everybody? I'm going to wait. Little by little, people kick on the many platforms. Like I said, it may look like, 2 people's watching, but it may be 2,000. That's right. Especially my Bolt Energy people. Things get rerun through the week. Life is good. Anyway, Sunday, lots going on. I'm going to talk about that. Tonight's going to be a you and me night. Thank you. In fact, let's do this. Let's see where the hell I'm at. Let's refresh the page. I'll tell you why we're doing this, too. There's a lot to talk about. There is, even if you guys don't call in. And tonight's call-in night. It's going to be call-in night. And I know nobody's going to call in, but I still have faith that somebody's going to call in. I was promised all week. I said, you know what? All right, I'll make it call-in night, even though nobody calls in. But, every once in a while, somebody gets the guts to make that statement. And why am I not? Oh, there we go. There's a refresh. What I'm doing is right now, there we are. I'm going to start a watch party. Let it rip, bro. James Edgar, I'm going to let it rip. I'm just catching on. Sorry. Stuff is like every week is like it is a new week every week, obviously. But here's what's happening. Lots to talk about tonight, whether you call me or not. Eventually I'm going to turn the phone lines on, and I'm going to ask those who want to get things off their chest to call 818-259-7983. From A to Z, we'll talk about anything. Politics, which I swear I'm going to drop it once all this year is over, but the virus, freedom, divorce, single parenting, hurricanes, fires, you name it, we can talk about it. I think I'm kind of well versed at most all these. But first, like I always like to do, we're going to just, I'm going to slowly ease you guys into this, okay? But again, all week long, I had about a dozen people tell me that they wanted to call in and talk about stuff because they see the clips. They see the clips during the week. They're all these little short clips, and they start, commenting on them. But yeah, I got a thing to talk about. It's like, okay, great. I'll tell you what. Sunday night, you can talk about it. Okay, I'm going to talk about it. And then Sunday night comes. There's nothing and nobody there to talk about it. Why? Because they fall asleep. It's late on certain parts of the country, and I get it. But you know what I mean? Don't tell me you're going to do it if you're not going to do it. But one thing you find about me, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I've always been that way. Sometimes I promise a little too much, and but I still deliver. Just don't know how, at what level, but I do. Trying all the time. But anyway, okay, let's start from the beginning now. So the watch parties. I want everybody to go to your screen, and I want you, in fact, I got to do it too. Look, I'm going to do it like on my little old phone right here. Look, you can see me, see? There I am. I'm going to hit share. Share. I'm going to hit share. It says watch party. You see it says write a post, watch party, copy link. There we go. Where's the... Oops, sorry. Where's the... Okay, there, got it. I'm going to hit watch party. So now I got a watch party going, I think. Oh, there we go. So then it goes into this other screen. I'm doing directions now. Watch party. It says start a watch party. Say something about your watch party. I'm going to put you guys better call into the show tonight. Oops, can't spell. Alright, put a telephone. So now I'm starting a watch party. Yeah, Peter's starting to watch. So then it goes out to all your friends and says, hey, so-and-so started a watch party with the Peter G Show. This, my friends... Yeah, I know, let it rip. What do you mean by that? You know, speaking of which... Anyway, so if you start a watch party, then you're sharing with people. You know what I mean? I swear, I was telling that I had somebody who was just caught on to the show, and they started watching the show, and I guess they started binge watching off of the YouTube channel, because I store everything up on YouTube. And they started binge watching, and then they start critiquing me and start not texting, but commenting. It's like, you should do this, and you should do that. It's like, get your own show. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things I should do. Oh, shit. I'm going to take this right now. I haven't even thanked Volt Energy, but let's... You know what? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Hey, you're on with Live Peter G. Who's this?
This is James Boyne, the Let Her Rip guy.
Hey, Let Her Rip guy. What's up?
I was just telling you to let her go, man. You're doing fine. There's nobody watching because everybody's, like you said, probably asleep.
Now, there's more people watching than what you see on your lens because there's 4 different platforms it goes to. But, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Yay.
I didn't know what you meant by let her rip. I thought maybe, I should let one rip.
No. Let it do your thing, man.
Hey, all right. You know what? And so what brings you on tonight, James?
I'm a musician. I record stuff at home.
Uh-huh. And then you said I'll take a break and listen to Peter G. Show?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Where are you calling from, James?
Yeah. I'm calling from Alabama. We just had a hurricane come through here.
I know you did, and we're going to talk about that too, James. Believe me, because my heart goes out to all y'all because I got deep Gulf Coast roots. I don't know if you know my background or not, but believe me when I tell you I got a lot of vested interests over there.
Yes.
Hey, what you got going on in the background? I can hear stuff going on.
It was you. You're coming in late, so I just cut the
volume on that so we don't get all
Yeah.
crazy sounding and stuff. Because I started listening to me and then I started shutting up because I'm going, hey, I should listen to me.
That's fabulous, man.
Yeah, listen, James. Is there anything since you're on the line and I just said, you know what, I'm going to take this call because I have so many shy listeners. Now that you have the spotlight, anything you want to bring up, talk about, something under your gut, something bothering you?
Yes, I do.
What do you got?
Yeah, man. I'm an unsigned musician.
Unsigned, okay.
Yes. And I put my music up on many different platforms.
Uh-huh.
And I'm at the point now where I just hired somebody to do a master mix of one of my songs.
Uh-huh.
And I sent it to you in Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
So listen to it.
I will.
That's what I had to say.
That's it? You don't got nothing to bitch about or anything?
Well, the fact that we got our butts tore up down here in Alabama with this hurricane.
Yeah, let's talk. Did you fare okay with that? I mean, I know it is a mess, but I mean, some better than others, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, my heart goes out to those that had real damage.
Yeah.
Mine was minor.
I don't think anybody really saw that one coming. I mean, they did, but we've gone through Hurricane Ivan was, the last one. I mean, to hit Pensacola and Alabama, I mean, that whole area. But this one just kind of sat there for a long time at a Category 2, and it just slowly just etched away at everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm in a 14 by 50 mobile home, got a recording studio set up, and I'm living here.
Oh, shit.
And I was in this thing, and when the wind blew, I could feel the water come through the wall. That's how fast the wind was blowing.
Brother, you're lucky you didn't flip over or get
taken
away.
I rocked.
Yeah, you rocked.
I rocked quite a few times.
Yeah.
And then I lost some of the siding, but that's superficial as opposed to what people have gone through. The power.
No, I get it. And how long were you without electricity, or you just got it?
2 days.
2 days.
Three days.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I have some property over there in the area.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and I have a Ring doorbell, right? And so
Yeah.
those Ring doorbells are great because I can see things and people coming over, and I got cameras and all that kind of stuff. And even though I'm on the West Coast, but the Ring doorbell has like this neighborhood thing that goes on, and people can say, "Hey, so and so, there's a accident on so and so street." Right now, it's been going off like crazy because everybody's like, "Who's got power? Who's got power here? Who's got power?"
Yes.
Every 2 minutes, it's going. It's driving me a little nuts. I just had to turn the notifications off, which I don't like doing. But I feel for everybody. I mean, we were 3 days without power over there, where I happen to have a little shack to get away with. I mean, to go hang out because I love that place. And I didn't have much in the refrigerator. I always leave a few little things, and I don't want my beer to get hot and stuff like that. But it was 3 days no power in my little hood over there, and I feel for the people who live there because how the temperatures are. It's hot as hell over there and just humid. And how do you sleep? And and how do you cook? How do you boil water if you have an electric stove or whatever?
Yeah, I was sitting on top of us, and I was watching it on the radar. And I just laid down on the bed, and I said, "Okay, if I'm going with my stuff."
Wow, yeah,
it was weird.
Yeah,
it was weird.
It's freaky. I mean, and you could have trees that could topple over on you, and a lot of people did have that kind of stuff go on. And
yes, that's the thing. My heart goes out to them people.
Yeah,
because it's treacherous.
It's a mess, and I was going to talk. I'll talk to anybody who wants to talk about it, who calls in, because I have a guy that owns a bar down in downtown Pensacola, and the infamous New York Nick. I don't know if you've ever heard him. He calls the show once in a while, and he was in Hurricane Ivan. He was even letting the reporters stay in his establishment, to sleep safely, even though it was a restaurant, because it was so bad, back 16 years ago, and Pensacola gets a pretty good bit of flooding through the downtown area, and they did.
It does.
They did, and all that drainage and runs downhill and into the water. So
wow.
but most of your stuff all survived, correct?
Yeah, all was good here, and family is. Finally, I just got out of bed and went with family after the thing went through. Mm-hmm. I sat here the first day and a half with no power, and then I went with family, and they got a generator, but they burned it up. They plugged too much stuff in it, and we had to go get it replaced. That was a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was insane.
I'm sure. Well,
but anyway.
Again, yeah, better than some, not as good as others, but grateful for every day, right? And once the stuff is cleared up and cleaned up and replaced, it's just stuff. Yeah, it's a little bit of an inconvenience, but thankful to wake up every day, I guess.
Well, all are blessed that survived, but some not so much.
Right, I hear you.
Things happen.
Yes, things do happen.
And then you look at karma.
Well, karma's a bitch.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
All right. James, listen, is there anything, if you could tell me what you'd want to do or see or hear on my show, being that I know, again, I've seen your name before here and there, so I know you periodically, tune in, whether it's the reruns, the rebroadcasts, and things like that, so I appreciate you very much. You're more important to me than, the people who just know of me and they just breeze on by. Is there anything you want to suggest to me that I can do better for you?
Yeah, cover starving artist. Reach out to somebody and ask them if they would, put some stuff on their art, paintings, music.
Yeah, but how am I going to put it up there? I don't really have a put it up there kind of page. You know what I mean? If it was a group or some group page or something like that, this is a live show. How do I do that? I mean, I'm open for
what you would do, go to your messenger and click on that and just play the thing that I sent you.
Yeah. Okay. And then, oops.
Over the air and say, this was James. He's an indie artist, unsigned, and this is some of his work.
Okay. You know what?
And somebody else will chime in and say, hey, I got one. And then you can listen to them first. And if you like them, air them. Just play it in the background while you're talking.
Huh. All right, James, you know what? You hang on one second because you asked for it, and I have not clicked. God knows I'm probably pushing my luck doing this and trying to make things work, but I'm going to do it because we've thinned down. My crew is almost a ghost now. Ever since this COVID thing, life is not what it was. But here's what I'm going to do. Let me see if I got. You may hear this and you may not hear this, but it's going over the show right in a second. Okay, so I'm going to play your clip, and I haven't even heard it. I have no idea what it is, but I'm going to play it while we're talking. Okay.
Well, that's really nice and bold of you, but
I know,
yes, it's just instrumental jazz is all it is.
All right, well, we're going to, instead of my background music that I usually use, you and I are going to talk for, it says 3 minutes, you and I are going to talk for a good close bit of this 3 minutes, and we are going to, but I'm going to play your stuff, and where am I? I'm right here, okay. Here goes nothing. All right, now, I don't think you can hear this, but believe me when I tell you, James, I am featuring you right now, and it sounds kind of funky. Are you sure this is instrumental jazz?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm
progressive funk.
Progressive. I'm cranking you up right now, James.
You like it?
I mean, it's got a beat I can dance to.
I'm a little left of center. I'm bipolar.
You're bipolar.
Yes. Type 2.
Well, we're pumping up the jams. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this is James Edgar. You pronounce your last name Boring?
That is correct.
James Edgar Boring. Let's check it out. I'm cranking you, James.
That's cool.
You are international right now, James. I'm big.
That is great.
I'm big in Brazil. They love the dance.
Well, I just hired a mix master. Paid him $49 to master that cut.
$49.
Yes.
Okay, we the Mixmaster, $49.95.
No, I mastered it. That's my master, but I hired somebody to remaster it. We'll see what they can do.
Yeah, let's see what they can do. Where your $49 will go, James. I'm listening right now, and you can't hear this. I wish I could pipe it back through to you, but believe me when I tell you, you're ripping right now. I'm letting you rip.
Well, I play guitar, I play bass, and I download the tracks that are played by human beings on a site that I use.
Right?
It's a recording program.
I'm
going to go ahead and plug them. It's Mixcraft.
I'm letting you rip right now. You are ripping.
Well, I appreciate it.
Let me tell you something.
It's a love.
James, this is a first. This is the first time I've just taken something and just played it over not knowing what I'm getting into, and you're kicking ass right now, James.
I thank you, sir.
Yeah, hang on. We got 50 seconds more to go. I'm playing this
You're
whole
a gentleman.
sucker.
You're a gentleman and a scholar.
No, this is what I do for my fans because I love my people. Believe me.
Well, when you get down this way, look old James up. He'll take you to lunch.
When I get down there, I might take you up on that. Life goes fast when I get down there. I try to lay low, but I do end up making a couple of stops here and there.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Well, I built Picker's Paradise in Stapleton.
Oh, really?
I was the lead carpenter at that music store.
All right. There we go, James. You're coming down to your last 15 seconds. 14.
Take care, bub.
You sound like
Thank you.
You sound like you were playing some bass chords in that.
Yeah, it's all guitar and bass.
All guitar and bass. All right, ladies and gentlemen, James just sent me something. I just plugged in audio and played it off the top, and it was pretty damn good.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, James, listen, I love you for being the guy that pays attention. Just spread the word, all right? The more you spread the word, the bigger we get and the better things go, and I get a bigger soundstage and get to do real music, because I got a lot of music people in my life, because I, too, am a musician and have been very fortunate to do stuff. I got to let you go. I got New York Nick calling me right now.
Yeah, take care, buddy.
All right, spread the word. Love you. See you later.
Yes, take care.
Okay. You see that? I just did it. I did it. Now, New York Nick, I just missed his call. He's going to be pissed off now. Listen, while I get a second, I could not do this show if it wasn't for Bolt Energy. I took a call early. Nick, call me again, man. Give me a second. If it wasn't for Bolt Energy, we would not be here. Bolt Energy, ask for it in stores. Why Bolt Energy? No preservatives. That's right, no preservatives. And it tastes good. I love the taste of it. It's a true, fresher, cleaner energy drink. It's enriched with vitamins and antioxidants as well, and I like the taste. I'll pop a can open right now. If you can't find Bolt Energy, go to www.drinkboltenergy, and they'll tell you where they can find Bolt Energy. But Bolt Energy, electrify your senses. I'll talk about it some more, but all of a sudden we got going a lot quicker than I thought we were going to go. Love you guys. Here we go. Salute. Oh, tasty. So there you have it, folks. I just played... Oops, I'm lowering that music. I just played James Edgar Boring's instrumental that he sent me out of the blue because I could. Because he's a supporter of the Peter G. Show. That man, I know he comes on. I can see him at times. What else you wanted? Great music, James. So you got people, you got fans already. Greeks can dance to anything. That's right. Yeah, especially with a little bit of boozer, right? Let's see what's going on here. So, I guarantee you the people that were telling me they were going to call in tonight, except for New York Nick, let me try and, I'll tell you what, I'll call him back because New York Nick will be worth the talk. We'll probably end up doing some more, Hurricane Sally talk. I haven't even gotten into Hurricane Sally. So, all right. So, James just called and he's from the Gulf Coast, and the Gulf Coast just got nailed. I know, watching. The Gulf Coast got nailed by a hurricane. And it was the hurricane that they didn't think they were going to get nailed by. It was a sneaky hurricane. And speaking of sneaky hurricanes, here comes my favorite shit show. My favorite shit show host, New York Nick.
Finish your thought and then come back to me.
No. So I was just saying that, we got off to a faster than normal start tonight. And I did not, I was getting ready to start talking about Hurricane Sally and all this, and then James from Bay Minette just called, and everything started from there. And then here comes my favorite host, New York Nick from the infamous Badlands in Pensacola, Florida. How the hell are you? Or how you doing? Let's put it that way.
Wow. Well, the bar is fine, because this building here has been here 120 years and being refurbished. This was the place to stay. I camped out here. And because I did not want to get stuck on the other side of the bridge when they closed the bridge with sustained winds of 40 miles an hour. That's just a state law that anytime the winds get to 40, all bodies of water bridges get closed automatically. So
I know, but what a nightmare!
I didn't want to get stuck. Wow! I'll tell you what an awesome display of Mother Nature.
Nobody saw that coming.
I know there was destruction. I know there was, the stuff, and I had people all over the country and even all over the world that were like hitting me up because I kept posting live videos from the front of the bar here with the roofs going up and down, and I got white caps on Palafox.
I know. Again.
So for the people out there that don't understand, the building I'm talking about is literally 8 blocks from the water. So the storm surge was like 5.5 feet, I guess it was. And then when the water came up, and if you saw the Weather Channel, you saw the Jim Cantori and about 2 feet of water down there at the main intersection.
Right.
Where I am, it was about 3 feet.
They were showing intersections on all the national news of like Main Street and Palafox.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
With the
that's 4 blocks away from where I was.
Right.
The water here was probably about a foot and a half, maybe 2. But I mean, it just barely got to my threshold of the bar, but did not come in.
Yeah.
But I mean, what an awesome display of Mother Nature. And I know it is what it is. But let me tell you, Pete, you'll think the same thing. Somebody said, and they're 100% right, that a hurricane hitting the Gulf Coast in the middle of hurricane season is the most normal thing that's happened all year.
It's the most what?
Normal thing that's happened all year.
Yeah.
Think of all the crap we've been going through.
Right. That was something that you know what you're going to get, and it's real.
How you holding up out there, my man? What's up with this wildfire stuff going on?
Okay, well, that was another thing I was going to get to, but that's my side of the country over here. But, look, I just... again, I have vested ties over there in Pensacola, and I was 3 days with no electricity, and I'm going, my beer's getting hot in the refrigerator. I gotta worry about these things.
Wow.
Look,
no electricity.
Well, yeah,
and
3 days, and there's still people. I mean, that in the what do you call? What's the name of the country club over there? And Bayshore? Is it Bayshore?
Bayshore over there on the bay, right down the road from where my house is. Yeah.
There's just
my house didn't fare too well.
But yeah, that's the thing. So I'm very, very thankful. I think I still got to get people over there. But Paul, my Florida correspondent, took a quick drive by and says, "Hey, everything looks kind of good. Just a few branches here and there. But I got to go and make sure I got shingles on the roof and everything's okay on the roof because."
Jesus, I have a built-in pool in my backyard. It took me yesterday was the first day I could actually. I've been driving round trip because of the bridge debacle with the barges.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Where were you when the ship hit the span?
Well, that was a major screw up right there, and boy, oh boy, is it going to cost and inconvenience a lot of people for a long time now.
I'm driving the long way twice a day, and it's taking me averaging about an hour and a half each way. And I tell you what, everything that hits the water stops and drops to the bottom because it doesn't just blow down the street or down anywhere. So my pool took me almost 5 hours just to get the stuff out of my pool.
Yeah, but again, if you look on the bright side, could have been worse, I guess. I mean, my buddy.
I wish it was. I thought and I live in a subdivision called the Oaks. I just wanted one of them to go right through the middle of my house so I can get a brand new one. Now I can't. Now I got to clean up.
Steve Jones from the Pilots. He just built a brand new. It took him 2 years. He lives on Perdido. It took him 2 years to get the permits to enlarge his boat dock because they had one, but it just wasn't big enough, and they wanted to enlarge it and get it up higher and this and that. He just got it done this past spring, and it's basically 2/3 gone, and you can't insure that stuff. He told me.
Well, like I said, an awesome display of Mother Nature, and a lot of hit and miss on who got damaged, who got destroyed, what got destroyed.
Are you walking away from your phone? I'm losing your voice.
Yep, I'm right here. No, I'm losing my voice because I've been going nonstop since Tuesday morning.
I know, that's what you do. You're New York Nick, damn it. Don't forget it.
Yeah, that's marvelous. Okay, and for all your lovely listeners and viewers out there, don't forget, like Pete said, Bolt Energy Drink. That's what I need right about now to get me through the rest of the night.
Yeah, well, I know you got a few little top secret surprises over there, as you always do. All I can say is as much as I really things have changed right now. I'm busy as hell, and I don't have time to jump over there. But I love when I do. And so you can put your hand on your face and shake your head, and then I wish I was there to help you out. You're the prime example.
That's right. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
Oh, come here. That's okay. Come here. I'm in the middle of a syndicated talk radio show.
That's right.
Out of California.
That's right.
Olivia walked in. Wow.
Olivia.
Okay. I have to stop for Olivia. I'll be right out.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell her this is important stuff. Anything you want to say before you take off? I know you're a busy man.
I do not. I want you to do what you do best. I want you to take care of your sweet little princess and stay in touch. And stay in touch with yourself, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Later, man. Okay. What you said. Thank you, Nick. Love you. See ya. Beep, beep, beep. Ladies and gentlemen, the infamous New York Nick. You've probably heard him on here from time to time. New York Nick, we've done live Facebook shows during his radio broadcast that he does every Tuesday night called Nick's Picks. It's Radio Free Pensacola. New York Nick does because he's a DJ. He loves doing music. So on Tuesdays, Central Time, 6 to 8, he does his own little radio show. Does it's all music, less talk. I'm all talk, no music. And but once in a while I'll go in there in between breaks when music we'll do a live Facebook thing and just really he always shakes his head and gets all pissed off at me, and then after it's over and he actually watches it, he goes, you know what, that was actually pretty good. Right? Yeah. Nick's Italian. Nick's not Greek. I'm Greek. It's the Greek and Italian. But anyway, so he's always, I used to call him the voice of Pensacola because he's got the voice. All right, so now I'm completely all over the map, again, as usual, and I love it. So since we've already touched on the Hurricane Sally. So Hurricane Sally hits Pensacola, Gulf Shores, Alabama, the whole Gulf Coast area right there. It was a slow-moving storm that just sat there. It was only a Category 2, but it's just slowly beat up. It slowly beat up that area, and I mean, it took down a lot. Everybody was without power for days, and there's still people without power going on day 5. And I'm sorry, and I feel for you. And, you know, thank God, I mean, communication's a little better than it was years ago. But, yeah, there you go. Nick's answering to the call. That's right. You popular. You know, it's really weird. It's like, we're pretty big in Brazil. Strangest thing. But there's a lot going on with the Peter G. Show in Brazil. Brazil and the Philippines. Don't ask me why. I just do what I do. As Nick says, do what I do best, which... still looking for that, but you know, everybody listens. This, you know, I'm focused on the United States and Canada, but there's more people listening and watching that you know. I mean, my daughter makes fun of me. She goes, "Dad, there's 4 people watching." It's like, it's not true. You have to look at the big picture. This stuff goes out onto YouTube. It goes out onto LinkedIn. It goes out onto 4 different Facebook platforms, you know, Instagrams, this and that, and it all comes up and gathers up as time rolls on. And that's all that matters. Because we're in different time zones in different parts of the world, and not everybody can tune in, but we do the rebroadcast, the repeats, and I'm always doing something that somebody can relate to. This week, I wanted to talk about this stuff. You know, a lot of people are getting on to me. They're going, I don't know why you're not just... oh, that's it. Before the phone rang, I had this new critic that just started binge-watching me, and he's like, you should do this. Now, why don't you do the positive side of divorce and saying, the people who want to stay married and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, this guy knew it all. And I may put him on the show, but he's just your average Joe, but man, is he opinionated. And he doesn't like my... my intro music and this and that. You should have a this and you should do that. It's like, you should get your own show. Then you can do whatever the hell you want. I challenge you. It's a lot harder than it looks. I just make it look easy because I've been polishing this turd for a long time. I'm just saying, we work with very little and make a lot out of it. And that's, again, when I get to Steve Harvey level, cake. Then I'm in my own domain. I walk through everything. Things are laid out for you. It's a whole different ballgame. Right now, I fly by the seat of my pants, and it's all here. So watch out. But I love everybody. You know what? And it's all you guys that have made this happen. And my beloved Bolt Energy. They make it happen, too. Electrify your senses. Bolt Energy. Ask for it in stores. Oh. No preservatives. These guys are workout fanatics. I forgot to say that. They are workout fanatics. I look like freaking Pee Wee Herman. Shamefully, but compared to them. I mean, they're just their lifestyle. And they wanted to make something better, cleaner. Doesn't get you all crazy, jittery. Just gives you enough little get up and go. You don't feel it. People are expecting a buzz or something like that. It's like, you don't want that. Anyway. All right. So on my side of the country right now, so I ping pong back and forth, Gulf Coast, West Coast, Gulf Coast, West Coast. Anyway, in the Gulf Coast, my heart goes out to all those people out there who are suffering through, they're cleaning up, they've lost the, my heart goes out to all of you because I love that area. I was raised in that area. And that's a very big part of me that will never ever go away because and I've done the show from down there. I go down there and spend the summers and things like that. We do the show. We move everything over there. Last year especially, and I was thinking about that. Last year was a crazy ass summer doing the shows because I was getting it was what do we call it? Kentucky Fried Southern Fried Sundays when we get Melanie and. She was in Perdido, Alabama. I mean, she speaks her mind, vulgarity and everything. She doesn't let go. And if you had virgin ears, it was like, look out. because all this stuff regurgitates through Facebook since last year at the dates. Crazy James from Culver City, he's been coming up a lot. He disappeared. She kicked his ass so hard he just went away. It's a shame too, because he brought a little something to the show, but he needed to just like keep it in line. Anyway, so all week last week I'm having a shit fit because of Hurricane Sally. Did a lot of damage. And I'm every day waiting for the power to go on. I'm going, wow, I don't remember the last time power's been down for days at a time. And finally, power got back up yesterday afternoon for my little area. But over here we got fires. We got fires the whole West Coast, and this whole area for weeks has been. The smoke has been so thick, and they're not even around me, but the closest fires are about 60, 70 miles away. But the whole West Coast is so engulfed with fires that the skies get covered in smoke, and the sun can't even shine through. So it's real eerie, kind of like fog with the sun, and the sun comes up, and it looks like a red ball. You can actually stare at it because it's filtered through all that smoke, and when it's going down, it looks like a red ball, kind of like you're looking at the moon in the daytime, except it's orange. It's crazy as hell. And my voice of reason's texting me, so you're watching Big Money Marv. I love it. He says Hurricane Betta's coming. Really? Another hurricane? All the above. So we're dealing with all kinds of crap. On top of the crap, we got the political crap. We got your COVID-19. Everybody's covering up. Today I see people, they're wearing gloves. I swear, husband and wife, they're wearing gloves. They got masks on. And they're touching everything. They're scratching their head. They're touching their face, but they got gloves on. So the only thing they're really protecting are their fingertips. Hey, listen. Again, I forgot. Anybody wants to call in and get anything off your chest? 818-259-7983. Okay? Call me and bitch about something. Whatever you want to talk about. Tonight's the night, because otherwise next week, I got the infamous East Coast Baltimore radio talk show host, Mr. Bob Paff. It's a third segment of East Meets West. We're going to see what's going on in Bob's world over there. Probably going to be kind of political. He's, but always never disappoints. It's always good talking with Bob. He's always got something to say, and between the both of us, it's going to be a good show. That's next week. But the infamous Bob Paff, he's going to be on the show. And I want you guys to tune in next week. We do it. We're going to be doing it the last Sunday of every month for a while now. He just kind of adds to, things are different on the East Coast than they are on the West Coast. He sees things that I don't see, and vice versa. And between the both of us, we have stuff that's worthy of talking about. So on the West Coast right now, let's talk about fires. So the fires are saying the smoke is so bad. These fires have been going on for weeks and have zero containment. And in my area, in the LA area, we have two major fires because there's fires burning all the way up through Oregon, Northern California. I mean, it's a mess. It's amazing how the fires they kind of stopped at the Canadian border. Kind of makes you think. A lot of these fires, by the way, if you guys are, tree huggers and the environment and global warming and all this crap, a lot of these fires were started by idiots, and some people have been caught already. So please don't give me no shit about it, okay? I do believe, yes, there's all kinds of climate change and stuff like that, but that's a given. But a lot of these fires were started by people trying to make a scene and add to the aggravation of our lives, and they're doing a great job of it too. But some of them have been caught. Anyway, so we have two major fires in the LA area. One's called the Bobcat Fire, and one's called the El Dorado Fire because of the areas that they're in. And hang on one second, let me get my notes. Because here's what happened. Here's the problem. One fire started by accident. It was a gender reveal party, right? Somebody was pregnant, and they were going to have a party and say, hey, my wife's pregnant and we're going to reveal what gender our baby is. And they had pyrotechnics. They had some kind of fireworks to reveal the whole thing. Well, let me tell you something. That was in the Inland Empire. So that was the That was the El Dorado fire. The El Dorado fire. That little gender reveal party started a fire that's been going on for over a week. And unfortunately now, a forestry fireman died from it. So it's a serious, serious issue. What started out to be this wonderful celebration. Why can't y'all have like a cake? You know what I mean? You have to have fireworks now? Have balloons. Blue balloon. Pink balloon. Which one is it? Ooh. They screwed up. I know they didn't mean it, but they started a fire that has now... A fireman has lost his life due to this fire, and this shit's raging. It's up in the forests, and it's taking out houses. It's a mess. It's a friggin' mess. All because they wanted to have a gender reveal party. It's the newest craze, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't have one of those. But anyway, so these fires are a mess, and a fireman now has lost a forestry. What do you call it? They're forestry. You know, they're part of when this stuff goes down. They're not like your city firemen, but they're the guys that go up there and dig and bust their asses and stay up there and just cutting trails. And he lost his life. That's harsh. 818-259-7983. Don't be a pawdy poopa. If you got something you want to get off, listen, I'm going to tell you, here's a little secret. I had a dozen people texting me all week long telling me how they wanted to talk about stuff. Not one of them has called in tonight. Promising me they're going to call in tonight. Not one of them. This is why I started like backing off on the call-in shit. Because it's like, talk to me. It's real simple. Get something off your chest. And Valerie... I got somebody watching. Valerie's a longtime friend, but big-time fan, too, and I love her for it. But I was thinking about when you and Shauna came over and that little story. If you'd call into this show right now, I'll tell that story. I thought about it. I said, I'll tell that story. But I want you to call in so you can be listening to me when I'm talking to you on the phone telling this story. And it's a good story, too. It's a little bit weird, but then again, so am I. Aren't we all? I had people, bitching about divorce. Why aren't you doing divorce and single parenting stuff about relations? Single parenting. I'm getting there. I'm starting to reel it back in. I'm going to start getting on that boat again, on that soapbox, whatever. Next week, like I said, we're going to have East Meets West. Mr. Bob Paff. You're in a restaurant, so you're watching me from a restaurant. And you're watching me. So what's the difference? But if you were on the phone, that's too bad because I don't know, for some reason I said, you know what? Who cares? I'll tell that story. I'm going to bust her. Because I'm not taking, I tell you, I didn't take it for that back then. I'm not taking that blame now either. But, so, just lost my train of thought. Salute. So I got fans watching. They're at restaurants and they're still watching my show. My show's on in the restaurant. A lot bigger than you think. One day you're gonna go, wow. I remember when. What we talk about last week? I want to thank Nicole. Nicole wants to be Nick. She's a 26-year-old woman who is not comfortable in her own skin and wants to be as close to a guy gender as she can. I give her credit for coming on and talking about it. Again, I don't think anybody just decides to do things just for the attention. There's people who struggle with these things, and I get it, and I truly do get it, and I give her credit for. She wasn't very talkative. I had to, I felt bad because after watching the show, and I do watch the shows, I'm always trying to figure out what could we have done better within reason. There's a lot more money I want to throw at things, but it's not that easy. But, again, she came out. She came out and she said, I'm not comfortable and never have been and this and that. And she talked about it, but it was like squeezing her. It's like I'd ask her a question, and instead of giving me an explanation, she'd just say, yes, no. It was hard. It was a hard interview, but I'll take it. And I wanted to thank her, and I didn't get to thank her. Still got to call her. It's been a busy week. A lot of stuff going on. life is complicated. Besides the COVID stuff, the elections, the mudslinging, I want to talk about all that. But again, I invite anybody who's brave enough and got stuff to talk about, 818-259-7983, since Valerie's at a restaurant. Not that you'll call anyway. You haven't called in all this time. You've been watching me for almost 2 years now, if not more than that. I would have told the Shauna story when you guys came over and I cooked for you guys. Sorry. I'll save that one. It's going to be... It's funnier for us because we lived it, but I'm sure you'll appreciate it because it was... I got blamed for something that... I did not do it. Anyways, what else are we at? Oh! Last Friday night, here in L.A., earthquake. And I only felt one shake. One shake. I was just getting into bed. I was in bed. Just like, you know, I'm one of those guys. This phone stuff, I do more work off my phone than... Anyway, all of a sudden I felt a jolt, and I could hear, like, you know, the house makes a noise of like a stress. There's like something moving. And all of a sudden I go onto Facebook, and you're hearing people from 60 miles, you know, around going, wow, oh, holy shit. Because I guess it was, because this thing was further away from me, but there was one good jolt for me, and then it gets you standing up like a cat, because you don't know how bad it's going to get. Drives me nuts. Fortunately, that was all I felt, and I was tired. I had a bunch of stuff I had to do Saturday morning, so it was, but we had an earthquake. We had an earthquake. I don't like earthquakes. I really don't. If you guys haven't started watch parties, if you want to do anything for me, even during the reruns and all that, anytime you see the shows, you can hit share and start the watch parties. That's the best thing you can do for me. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of people, major people, looking. I just can't get them to... They're watching. They're watching, and I only need one. As Big Money Marv puts it to me, my right-hand man of reason, he says, 1,000 no's, 1 yes. I only need that 1 yes. And life changes. We get to do bigger, better shows. I know where we have to go with this. I know where we can and will go with this. It's just a matter of sooner or later. Because I'm not backing down. I know there's people here that there's people here that believe. And you guys believe, or you will be watching, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and I promise you that I'm going to bring you good stuff in the future. Big stuff. But, I'm reading. Sorry, I'm getting a lot. See, all y'all text. Instead of texting me, why don't you just friggin' pick up the phone and go 818-259-7983 and call me. Share it with the rest. Because you're texting from one page and it's going to go to 80 different places and nobody is going to see your texts. Share. I tell you stories of my life. I lead by example. I'm an open book. It's going to be a good book, too, when I finally get the time to write it. So there's stuff I've been saving on the how we're getting to where we are and what I had to do to get there. Nothing bad, but it's just stuff. I do leave some stuff in the background. It's been an interesting ride. And it all started from me getting divorced because I was a musician. I was a hell-bent musician. Stopping was not in the program. But then my daughter came along, and then divorce came along, and then 50 of battling to have my fair share, to be a father came along, and then, you know, in this day and age, being a musician now, you're either traveling or you're not. There's no staying home anymore, making a decent living doing it. and I won't back. And I made a major decision and a choice, and it cost me. You know, some people said, Peter, I don't understand how you could just stop playing. It's like, I don't understand how I could either, but I had to. It's a choice I made because my daughter was more important to me. But I call it a hiatus. I didn't say stop. It's not forever. Even Neil Peart, when he went through a bunch of tragedies back when he was alive, he passed away this year, he took 5 years off. He walked away for 5 years. I can't say I blame the man. It's like, you know, if you'd gone through what he went through, he lost his whole family. He had to start all over again. Talk about, some people can't even face that. They'll never recover from things like that. But, you know, you have to. I mean, this is the whole reason we're here. We're all here for a purpose. Yeah, I know. I heard that Florida, Alabama had an earthquake, but I'd have to be in that one to believe it. Let me tell you something. Over here, when we have earthquakes, they're earthquakes. They're original. You feel them. They make your hair stand up on your arms, and you go into oh shit mode. Because you don't know how long it's going to be, you don't know when another one's going to come, and it sucks. The thing about hurricanes, and people go like, I'll take an earthquake anytime. It's like bullshit. Bullshit. At least a hurricane, you know that it's coming. You can prepare, and you can leave if you want. And when it's gone, it's gone. Now, tornadoes are a bitch. They come up out of nowhere. But the thing is, an earthquake, you have no clue when it's going to show up. And when it does, it scares the living crap out of you. And then there's a bunch of its cousins that follow behind. And you don't know if it's going to be bigger, badder, worse, when it's going to stop, how bad it's going to get. And we're never prepared for them, even when we're prepared for them. But anyway, 818-259-7983. I got about 8 more minutes. This show is going to end on time thanks to you, the people who won't call in. But I do thank the people that did call in. And where else? From my beloved Gulf Coast. I swear, the people that always say they're going to call in, they're the gutsiest. They get all full of, guts, and then they never, they just don't do it because they're watching the reruns. A lot of times these people are watching the reruns. They can't stay up, I don't know. Believe me, I wish I did my show at 5:30 on Wednesdays, but I don't. This is when I do the show, and again, I don't care when you watch, so long as you watch. But when you do watch, you need to share it, and you need to make yourself be known that you're watching the Peter G Show, Life with Peter G, every Sunday night, right here. People still think I'm crazy. They go, "Why did you want to do a live show on Facebook?" I said, because I believe in my Facebook people. I do. I feed off of you guys. I see what you're talking about, and I, they go, "Why aren't you multi-streaming?" We're getting there. Believe me, we're getting there. Just more complicated stuff. Especially this COVID stuff slowed everything down. I lost everybody. It's like a ghost town here. They weaned me off of everybody. Now they're going, "Well, you can do it. You don't really need us now." It's like, great. I don't really need you. Hey, let's see what we got here. This is going to be interesting. Again, my beloved Gulf Coast. I can see it already. Hey, you're on with Life with Peter G. Who's this?
Hi.
Hi.
It's Tina from Pensacola.
Hi, Tina from Pensacola.
Hi. You like my southern drawl?
No, I love your southern drawl. I just couldn't help but do it.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
That's all right.
So,
what's going on?
I was just calling Peter's show. I don't know how to do it while watching it.
You know how to do what?
To call your show. Call Peter's show.
You just did.
Okay, so we're good.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. I've been wanting to do this. I've just never had the right time. Of course, I'm in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
When I lived in San Francisco, people would always said they were terrified of hurricanes. They couldn't understand how I could live through them. And I said, well, I've noticed your theory for emergencies for earthquakes were to run out in the street and hope the building doesn't fall on you,
mm-hmm.
or go to a basement where you're trapped with the building falling on top of you.
Mm-hmm.
And the same theory was, I said, at least we...
Right. Hello? Hello? I think you hit your mute. because you're still there. Hello, Tina from Florida. Tina, hello. I'm like, okay, so we lost Tina. Well, we had 20 seconds of Tina. 20 seconds of Tina coming by. Hey, call me again. Where'd you go? Lost you. I'm sure signals, and that's a whole other thing with the earthquakes. You can call me back. I don't know, somehow we lost your signal. I'm sure the cell phone towers, if they were operative, were going nuts down there because nobody had power. Everybody's on their phones all at once. And I've seen that here back in 1992-93, that when the Northridge earthquake hit. Did we even have cell phones back then? Yeah, we did. But it was primitive. And everything was tied up. Nothing could work because everybody was on them, panicking. Tina, if you got something else to say, I lost your signal. I don't know. You kind of disappeared, but you can call me back. 818-259-7983. I'm gonna end it in a little bit. I appreciate everybody who's watching and contributing. But again, share. What am I going to talk about? Oh, next week, people. Next week. Hang on, I'm thirsty. All this excitement. Tina, wherever you went, we lost you. I'm sorry. You can always call back, but we lost you. I hope maybe your phone died. You should charge that thing. Charge it. Next week, I don't want you to miss next week. Next week, special guest. Last Sunday of every month right now, going for segment 3 of East Meets West. Mr. Bob Paff, Baltimore radio talk show host, going to be on this show, co-hosting with me right here on this little old screen, live. And we're going to talk about whatever, has gone on over the past month on his side and on my side. And we're going to back and forth, bringing you the real stuff. Right here, live. On Life of Peter G. Facebook Sunday night, every Sunday night. Except Bob Hoff is going to be on this Sunday night. Baltimore, Maryland. Here we go. Hi, you're on with Life of Peter G. Who's this?
This is Jean. How are you?
Jean. I'm good, thank you, baby. How are you?
I haven't talked to you for a while.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah? How's life?
Yeah. I'm enjoying your show tonight.
Thank you so much. I haven't seen or heard from you in a while. I just want to make sure. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
Just sometimes my iPad's not working, and I might have to get a new one.
All right. Well, ask Santa for one. Ask Santa for one.
It's 5 years old.
Oh boy, you must. I bet you wear it out.
Well, I get on it quite often. But
I bet you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so next week, Bob's going to be on the show next week.
I know. I'm looking forward to that show.
Me too.
And then this coming Friday will be his last show.
Really? Really?
Yeah, the 25th. Yeah, that's going to be emotional. I called in last week.
Wow. Yeah. Well, things.
Yeah, I'll have to call in. I'll call in this week and say goodbye to him.
Well,
I'm gonna miss his show, but at least I'll get to hear him on your show.
Yes, you will.
At the end of every month.
That is correct. I mean, Bob is. He's.
He's a great guy, and I learned a lot from his shows.
Yes, Bob is. That's why he's on this show, because again, he sees things from a different light, and we share each other's versions of life. But Bob is an extraordinary human being, and he cares, and that's why I love him.
Right, he cares about everything.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's tired of what's going on in the city.
Yes, and I think he's working.
Yeah, you know what? He's ready to leave the city and go to another state.
But I think he'll stay because he's a fighter. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, right.
I'll talk to him about that next week. We'll find out what happens. But the thing is, you know what? Just because he's leaving his radio show doesn't mean he's leaving. Right. I mean, he'll find another venue, and you'll find. And he's not one to just drop out of sight.
Yeah, you got that right. Because I've got his book, and I've read his book, and I read his book twice.
Yep, twice. See, as opposed to me, who doesn't even, I don't want to feel like getting off my ass to write a book, and he's already got a book.
I know. Yeah. I enjoyed reading his book.
Yeah, I was afraid my book was going to be kind of rated R or X or something, so I just kind of.
So have you started? Have you started the book yet?
No, ma'am, because honestly, I need to. I really do, but I need somebody. I need help. Because I'm not a literary artist, so to speak. I mean, I'm not.
Right.
I need somebody to make sense of it all as I'm portraying it. So, and that's my biggest problem, because I just don't have the time to sit and just script it out and type it. And
right.
I don't know how you even write a book nowadays, but I
maybe you'll have to ask Bob that. He can give you some advice.
I will, but like I said, Bob and I, when we get on, we get on and we're minutes here and we're minutes there because we're both very busy. And and so we haven't had the baloney time, like the time to just like talk about. I mean, when you hear us talk, that's literally when we're on the phone. I don't have a whole lot of time with him, and nor does he with me. It's like we're setting up things, and then we move forward.
Yeah, I remember the last time he was on your show. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Oh, good. I appreciate it.
Because I told you the time I said hi.
And I did. And I did.
And I'm glad you did.
I always do. I always do. You're another one who is worthy of, and I appreciate your patronage for both of us. But
I'm a big fan of his, and I'm a big fan of yours.
And I love you for it. I love you for it very much, because again, you guys mean a lot to me, because this is how it all started. And believe me, we're gearing up, and things are getting bigger and better. And when they do, you're going to be able to say, "I knew him when."
Right.
Yeah. So that's it. Gene, is there anything you want to get off your chest or anything? Because I'm going to get ready to wrap it up, because I'm going to actually finish almost on time tonight.
Well, that's all. I just wanted to just tell you about Bob leaving his show, and I'm really going to miss his show.
That's right.
And I told him that.
We'll touch on it next week. But again, I appreciate you staying up. I know it's late on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And
I had a nap this afternoon.
Oh well, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I always try to get one in before your show comes on.
Yeah, I try to get one in too, but I'm not that fortunate. But it's always a good goal to have, getting one in.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I love getting one in, but it doesn't happen too often for me. I'm just it passes me by.
Right, because I know you're busy. You're a busy guy.
I am a busy guy, and unfortunately, we are literally trying to figure out how to slow things down, because I'm having a problem. I'm having a problem with this. I don't want to spread myself too thin and just go.
Right.
And even when I commit and I say, okay, well, let's slow down. We're not going to do this during the week, and we're not going to do that. And then I find myself wanting to do this and that. Everything that I say I'm not going to do. So I don't know.
Right.
I have a problem with this. Until I get more people to be doing things, with us, I have to, it's a problem, because I feel that it needs to be done. Whether it's I don't know if it really needs to be done or not. I just feel like it does.
Right.
I like putting out all the little pieces through the week and things like that.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway,
how's your daughter? How's your daughter doing?
I am the luckiest man in the world. When it comes to her, that is the biggest blessing in my life. She's on autopilot, and I say that.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm not bragging or anything like that, but I just talk to somebody every day almost. I tell somebody that everything else in my life has gone to hell. She has been the greatest blessing, the easiest thing. She's so together, and I'm just not saying that. I'm a proud father. We are all proud parents, most of us, but I'm telling you, I dodged a bullet. I mean, she has made the one thing in my life that keeps me from screaming is her, and that'll be in the book too.
Okay.
Yeah, but thank you for asking.
Now is she doing school online this year?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what they're doing up here. That's what they're doing here too.
I know, and she hates it, and I hate it, but she's doing very well, and her online teachers.
That's good.
Yeah, she's good. I mean, I'm telling you, it's given me more freedom, because I'm a very hands-on father. But she's given me more freedom because she's so self-contained. I really don't have to worry about her too much. But although the more time I spend around her, the happier I am. But she's she's as busy as I am. I mean, at 14, she's got an agenda, and it's not a crazy agenda. She works. She already earns money and things like that, doing what she loves to do. So I'm a lucky man. But thank you.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. All right, Gene.
Yeah, my niece is She graduated from high school last year, and she's doing college online this year.
Yeah, everything is screwed up.
Yeah.
Believe me, it's all going to get...
I mean, the world's messed up right now.
It's going to get normal soon, but we'll talk about that next week, too. Next week, I have a feeling we'll be talking about a lot of things like that, as always.
All right, yeah.
All right, listen, I love you for calling, and thank you for staying up. Please, 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 just if anything you can do for me, spread the word, start the watch parties, share with your friends, because this is the stuff that makes the difference. And
that's true.
It is one person at a time. That's the way I see it, and it might be the long road, but it's still a very positive road. And I thank you and all my other people that believe and have stuck by us. So I love you for it. Thank you.
Right, because you're doing a great job.
Thank you, and I want to continue, and I want to do a better, even great job. But it just takes manpower and time and money, and that's all the things that.
Yeah, that's true.
It does. But anyway, okay, we're going to call it a day here soon. I'm going to wrap it up.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much for calling, Gene.
I love you.
Thank you. I love you back. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye. There you have it. Gene from the East Coast chiming in. Staying up late. It's late over there. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. I was wrapping it up. I was. Next week, Mr. Bob Paff, as we were just talking with Jean from the East Coast, because she's a fan of Bob Paff. I think I got her, she came over from watching Bob Paff, and she came over because Bob Paff has been on my show. See how it all works out? But next week, East meets West, last Sunday of the month. Third segment, third time around, we're going to have East meets West, Mr. Bob Paff from Baltimore radio talk show host, talking about things that are important in his time on the East Coast, and we're going to just, go back and forth on what's going on his side and my side, and we're going to meet somewhere in the middle. Love you guys, all of you. For those of you suffering through the whole thing and cleaning up after Hurricane Sally, my hearts are with you. I swear. As much as I don't like that stuff, I wish I was there, because I just rather be there to deal with it, that kind of stuff in person. Now I gotta either jump back and forth real quick, which happens a lot under the cover of darkness. But there's just so much going on. Fires over here. Heart goes out for all these people. There's so much of everything. All this political bullshit. I didn't say anything about politics tonight, which is great, because originally, when I started this show, I said I'm going to do everything except politics and religion. And then it's been such a crazy, whacked out year. One thing I will tell you is, just use your head, common sense, people, okay? Don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe everything you read, either. Facebook's just freaking notorious. Talked about some of that bullshit last week. You can't. I can easily take a picture and then put some Photoshop words over it. Say, so-and-so did this, and 80 million people are infected because they stuck their pinky finger out a window. And people start going, I love all you guys. I appreciate all you guys. Wow, I'm really running over again. I thought I was going to finish on time. Never happens, right? Join me every Sunday night like clockwork right here on Facebook, Sunday night, Life with Peter G, the official Peter G Show page on Facebook. The Peter G Show. 8:30 Pacific, 10:30 Central, 11:30 on the East Coast. Yeah, I love you too. If you don't catch me on Sunday nights, there's rebroadcasts all through the week. It regurgitates, there's clips, everything. Just do me a favor and share it. Watch parties. All that stuff. It makes a big difference. You have no idea. I might be talking about something that will affect somebody on a positive that's in your friends list because you're doing a watch party. You have no idea. There's a lot of people who don't talk about a lot of things, and they're going down in flames, and they need to relate to certain things to say, hey, wow, that's just like me. And you know my motto, you're not alone. At least not on this show. I wish people would come on and share more stuff, but until then, I'll just keep talking about it from my own past and pulling from experience. And then when I do get the people that do share, I hope you can relate and go, you know what? All right, we can do this. We can do this. Again, love you guys more than anything. Be kind to everyone. Let's be decent human beings. Don't be an ass. But at the same time, don't take any shit from anybody either. It's hard. Life is a fine balance. I'm working on it myself, believe me. I mean, daily, especially now. I'm trying to let go of things. I'm learning, but it's hard for me. I'm not a duck. I've always told you guys this. I have a real hard time when stuff bothers me. I carry it. I'm trying to be better. We all have to be better. But my intentions are good. Every Sunday night, Life of Peter G. Love you guys. All right? Don't forget, thank you, Bolt Energy, for being there for me. Without Bolt Energy, I could not be here. Well, actually, I could, but they make it easier for me to be here. You know what I mean? No preservatives. Ask for Bolt Energy. Electrify your senses. If you can't find Bolt Energy, go to www.drinkboltenergy and ask them, hey, where can I find this miracle, no preservative, vitamin-enriched and antioxidant energy drink. Cleaner energy drink, all right? Love you guys. All right. Peace out. Love you.
Peter G Show. Peter G Show. Peter G Show. Peter G Show. Divorced dad, single dad. Divorced dad, single dad. Peter G Show.